Stormont ministers have agreed to spend the full £1.3 million of additional funding for flooding on preventative measures and preparing for future incidents. The three departments dealing with the recent flooding briefed Northern Ireland executive ministers on Monday. They have now been asked to work with the Finance Department to bring detailed proposals to the next executive meeting on January 21. Earlier, it was revealed 30 properties in NI were flooded in recent storms. The figure was confirmed in the Northern Ireland Assembly by Agriculture Minister Michelle O'Neill. Nearly all of them were along Lough Neagh. She said that the water level of Lough Neagh was beginning to fall but that agencies remained on high alert. She also revealed details of a new flood protection grant for homes which she is due to launch later this week. Ms. O'Neill was responding to an urgent oral question tabled by her the DUP's Sydney Anderson. She said 3 winter storms had followed a wet autumn which had left river and loch levels high and land already saturated. Last week, businesses on the shores of Lough Neagh were badly damaged by floods. The Agriculture Minister told the Assembly that Lough Neagh had peaked at 3 feet 3 in, 1 m, above its normal winter level, a 30-year high. Her department will review the levels at which the loch is managed and whether rivers running into it should be dredged, as part of a wider review. Meanwhile, Secretary of State Theresa Villers met Rivers Agency staff in Tuam on Monday, where they use sluice gates to help control the level of the loch. She was given an overview of the flood control measures that have been put in place by Rivers Agency Chief Executive David Porter. Ms. Villers said, "My heart goes out to those throughout Northern Ireland who have had their lives so severely disrupted. It has been a devastating Christmas and New Year for many, and it is vital for householders, farmers, and businesses to get back on their feet as soon as possible." The Secretary of State added that she was impressed with Northern Ireland Executive Minister and the steps taken to help those affected by flooding. She praised the resilience of flood-hit householders and businesses and the agencies who were working to help them repair the damage. Environment Minister Mark H. Durkan has called for the UK-wide flood fund to be extended to businesses and community facilities. Dropped. The Rivers Agency said repeated winter storms had put pressure on the loch and its outlets. But on Monday it confirmed that the level of Lough Neagh and Lough Erne, which stretches through County Fermanagh, were dropping. Lough Neagh was down by 12 mm since Friday, but is still more than a metre above the level it should be. Lough Erne had dropped by 63 mm overnight, making some roads that had been affected by flooding passable.